Now we're not muted. Good evening, everyone, and my screen is not right. Darn it.
Well, then, since her screen is not right, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. I got a haircut this week and they messed it up. They cut it way too short,
Oh.
and I got to get it fixed because it's not layered correctly. So it's going to be even shorter next week. You guys will be in for a surprise.
What did they do?
They're
They
bald.
hacked it.
I know it's really hacked up. I called my hairdresser. I cheated on my hairdresser. And
Oh, your hairdresser's gonna be mad.
I did. I texted her afterwards. I lied and I said I did it in Florida. I said when I was in Florida, I got a haircut and they chopped it up. I need you to fix it. And she says, "Oh my God, what did you do?" I said, "You'll see." How have you ladies been doing this week?
Uh, I mixed the recipe. I kind of could taste it.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's progress.
It's not Kool-Aid. I didn't. I could have sworn I ordered Capella's fruit punch, the silver line one, and I'm sitting here looking. And I'm trying to keep my recipes to where everybody can get stuff from Bull City Flavors. So I didn't use Delosi's fruit punch, which is what I probably would have used if I were making this for anything else. But I was like, oh, I don't have Capella's. Oh no. What am I going to do now? Because I'm not making cherry or grape.
Oh no.
So I fussed around with it. It's kind of close. It's not really Kool-Aid. It's
Sounds
fruit
a lot
punch.
better than mine though.
I mean, what did you? How did you have fun doing to me this week?
Well, I've actually, and this is another thing I got picked on for, I've never actually had tropical punch Kool-Aid before. So I went on Google and I found Martha Stewart's guide to making your own homemade tropical punch. Got all excited, made it, gave it to the hamster to test. And he's like, "Oh, it tastes like the fruit punch that you could get at picnics or parties." And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "That's what you were going for?" And I was like, "Yep, Kool-Aid tropical fruit punch." He's like, "Oh, no, 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 no."
What do you mean? No, 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 no. That's what I'd have said next.
Apparently, it's not the same. Like, you don't add Sprite to tropical fruit punch, apparently.
No.
I mean, you can.
You can. I mean, well, you could actually mix the Kool-Aid if you use the water drops. You can mix the water drops right into Sprite. That would probably be pretty good. And you know what? We don't actually have to mix what's on the screen, so we just have to be inspired
And, oh
by it.
yeah, you know what I mean. As long as your juice tastes like, oh yeah, you're good.
No, no.
I mean,
Some of
all
mine
it
do
says
taste
is,
like,
oh
oh no.
yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Ren?
I made about 6 versions. I tried to be really like exotic with one of them, and it turned out horribly. So then I just like screw it. I'm like, I want to go more basic. It's still like 6 or 7 flavors, which is a lot for me. But it turned out well. It's not Kool-Aid, but I mean,
Well, mine's a punch. It's
it's a punch.
mine's a cherryish punch, and it's tropical, and it's cold. It's got ice in it. Cause oh yeah, it tastes better with ice. You know.
The thing that I thought was really funny about this whole thing was Tira. We set up little boundaries, and because she's a little 4-pound chihuahua, you don't have to do much. Instead of crawling over a baby gate, I just took cardboard because I could do like half the height of it, and I put Velcro on it to make my own homemade gates. And Tira just kind of goes running into them and puts her paws up to try to smash through them. And Nick was like, "We need to get her a Kool-Aid costume," and then every time she bumps into a wall, have it go, "Oh yeah." And then having to do this recipe, it kind of made me chuckle.
Yeah, that would be a chuckle for sure. My lighting isn't great. I can see it on the screen. I'm looking at myself right here. I'm missing one of my big bulbs. I don't know what happened. The lamp's not turning on. I apologize. And I went to the pool today. So you guys got me with the wet hair still and stuff like that. But whatever. Other than that, what's cracking, y'all?
I taught myself how to make a Spanish braid last night.
What's that?
A nightmare.
A nightmare.
Absolutely nightmare. Like my
Well,
fingers
I won't be
are
doing that.
swollen
Oh no.
on each of my little thumb lines. All around it's all poofy and red. The camera's not picking it up, but horrible. Horrible.
Who do we have with us in chat today? Let's see. We have Addie Tooney. Hi, Addie. Friction. How are you doing, Friction? Lady Loves Vapor. How are you, honey? Larry Staller.
Yep.
That's how you pronounce that?
Yep.
Jerry Lawrence. Dave Time Frank. It looks like we have the usual suspects. Fee. Cam Babes. Hey guys, it's so nice to see you guys. Oh, there's Liana in chat. Gregory Cupid? Hope I didn't mess that up, Gregory. Down the Rabbit Hole is with us. Tuned in just a few minutes ago. I'd love to read some of these names. Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. That's a damn cool name, y'all. Hey, Warlord. Of course he's down here with us. Lucille Bush. What's up, Lucille? E-Dog. Down the Rabbit Hole. Okay, I think I've called everybody out. I'm stopping now.
That was lovely.
I wanted to do a fresh 03, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, then you might do the V-Dog.
Not
Yeah.
mixing related.
Let's not do that.
Oh, look at you.
That's pretty. It's very vibrant.
It jewel colored. All the jewel colored kind of yarn. I thought I'd go for a whole shawl of it. But I also have to
Very
add,
pretty.
like a mermaid lace edging around it.
Ooh.
That's what I do when I don't mix things.
When you don't make things. I've been really busy this week. Whew. Getting back to work, my first full week back at the office was made me want to go back on vacation. I was like, oh God, what have I done? Why did I stay? Anyhow, who wants to go first?
I'll go, I guess.
You'll go? Why are you laughing, Rin? Tell me what's funny. I want to laugh.
No, I already forgot.
I love you.
Oh, I was laughing because it was very abrupt. That's why I was laughing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you guys aren't going to talk to me, so screw it. Who's going?
That's right. I mean, hey.
I mean, I can like talk about some flavors I tried that weren't great.
What were they? I'd love to know what not to buy.
I don't know if I just mixed them too high, but I got the wild cherry by 1-on-1. I only did it at like 1%, but it had like an off note to it. So I don't know if that goes away or if I mixed it too high. There's like no information anywhere on how high to mix it. And the kiwi was better. It's still a little weird. The watermelon from Delosi.
How does the kiwi compare to Flavor West kiwi? Do you know?
Less candied.
Okay.
Delosi's kiwi is a little bit more like Flavor Arts.
No, I was talking about the 1-on-1 one.
Oh, the 1-on-1. Winstead, you have that one. I sent you that one. It's kiwi
I
natural.
haven't mixed it.
It's probably in the
I
box
haven't
still.
doesn't mean I've mixed it.
It's in one of those tubs just chilling. Like all
Till
the flavors.
somebody puts a picture of a kiwi and I have to use it.
Yeah, well. And then Delosi's watermelon, it has like a throat hit to it, which sucks. But the flavor is okay.
Is it a candied watermelon or fresh?
No, I get more realistic. It's kind of similar to Inawera's. I don't know if you've ever had that. Or Flavora's.
Yeah, I've had both.
Yeah, it's kind of in between,
Got it.
but it's got a throat hit.
So which ones do I really not want to buy? Skip the
So
cherry.
far, the cherry.
I'm definitely skipping that one by your description.
Well, the thing is like the flavor is good. It's just it has this off note. It's similar to the Wonder Flavor black cherry. That note I don't like in it. So I don't know if it's just the cherry thing. I don't know.
Which cherry was that?
The wild cherry by 101.
How high did you mix it?
1.
Yeah, way too much. Like, I was using it like 1 drop in a 10 mil.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it might be too much.
It's really strong, and there's an off note if you go too high, and it's almost like plasticky.
Yeah.
It's somewhere between like plastic and candy note. And when it's too high, it's too much. I think in a 30 mil, I was really like 3 drops. So it's like 0.25 maybe.
Okay.
And it was flavorful at that point. And that was actually in my commercial line.
That's the thing about 1-on-1. They're so like all over the place with their percentages.
Definitely.
Because like 1 should be pretty good for most, but apparently not.
Their blackberry is pretty strong too. That was like
That was another one. It was soapy.
Yep, it gets soapy when you go too high. It's like 0.25 to 0.5%. It's a strong one.
Okay, so I got a lower. Okay.
But it does have that floral soapy note. So it's just it mix it in with other fruity things that kind of take it away.
Alrighty, well, I'll redo those. Alright, I'll get into my mix now.
It's on the screen.
So I just called this red drink. It's just a tropical punch. I probably should change it to that. I just looked up what's in a tropical punch and did what I didn't do last time because I did a tropical punch before, but I mean, there's a lot of different versions of it, and I definitely wanted to go different with this one. Plus, I have citrus soda, which I don't even think existed last time I did it. So I used that at 1% as kind of like the 7-Up, Sprite, whatever base to it. I added cranberry, which is one note that I didn't have in my other one to kind of make it a little bit tartar. I wanted to be very red with this, obviously. And then I added pineapple candy by Wonder Flavors at 1% because it's one of my favorite pineapple flavors. And I figured with it being Kool-Aid, having it being like a candied pineapple would fit well. I used shisha raspberry from Vape Train at 1.5%. I had to bump this up a bit to make it a bit more red because at first I was getting a lot of the citrus soda and I wanted it to be more red, so I bumped that up. I did add sweetener, very low, but you can just add as much as you want. I just don't like the gunk factor in the coils, and I like my wick to stay clean, so that's why I didn't increase it. And then I just added watermelon by Flavora at 0.75%. Or no, I think I do that. Let me check my all the flavors. We'll just say it was 0.75. I think that's about right. Just to make it like wetter, because I feel like that flavor is very wet, and it's also red.
It is 0.75. That's interesting. I hadn't actually thought to use watermelon because I didn't get any watermelon in the fruit punch because I actually bought the water drops just to try it, and plus my son likes those. But what does the cranberry do? Like,
it makes it tart, a little bit tart.
It's not adding any seedy, like jammy notes to it.
No, I used it really low because I just wanted it to make it tart. Plus, like in one of the mixes, the recipes had cranberry in it as far as a tropical punch. So I'm like, oh.
It brings redness, I would say.
Yeah. Like, I haven't tried this, so I'll throw it in there. Same with the raspberry. And the watermelon, you can't really taste too much of it by itself. It just kind of blends in. I mainly get the citrus soda, the pineapple candy, and the raspberry.
So does the pineapple candy give it like that artificial taste to your juice? Because the flavors I see in here kind of look in the natural side.
It makes it more candied, yeah. Because pineapple candy to me, it tastes like a pixie stick.
Okay,
If
so it's got
pineapple were,
aspect to it, so then it would candy up the mix. Is that right?
yeah. And the shisha raspberry is sweet, so it's kind of like a slushy.
Right, and
Raspberry
it's
slushy.
sweet too. It's nice and sweet and juicy. So the raspberry is very red. So that's really good for red punch.
Yeah. It's good. It's refreshing.
I really
What-
wish I had used citrus soda in mine. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like that probably fits the flavor profile better.
My original version had citrus soda in it, and then that's when Nick was like, "There's no soda in Kool-Aid," and I was like, "Fuck you."
But it has like that orange soda tang kind of note to it, which fits in with Kool-Aid's citrus notes that are in that in the fruit punch.
Yep. I would have to agree. So even if it's not soda, it has the citrusy feel to it. So when you see the hamster, hold him and hug him tightly around the neck.
Oh, that hamster is enjoying the shit out of the first version. He has it right now, and he's like, "Oh, this is really good." And I was like, "Oh, that's unfortunate because I deleted it to make the new version."
You're supposed to save those. They can come in handy if they turned out good but not what you wanted.
Oh my god, I did that today. I was making a recipe today, and my husband asked me for something, and I was making it. I told him, "Give me just 1 second to finish this up," and I finished typing it up, and I guess I did not hit save. That was on ELR, and then I stepped away and went and did what I needed to, and then I came back and it had refreshed my page, and the recipe was gone.
Ugh.
I had all the flavors out, but then I just had to just start over. I had to kind of try by memory and sniff, and it didn't. I mean, I don't know. I poured out the first one because I don't even want to know. I just poured it down the drain. That sucks. Who wants to go next, ladies?
I've done that so many times. I can go.
Anybody? We got the awkward silence going on
Yeah.
hardcore. Where the hell's
I'll go. Let me get my recipe off my face here.
Just embrace it.
Embrace the awkward silence.
Yes, soak it up.
Yeah, this is what happens when we're missing the Emily element.
The Emily when she goes, well.
She's like, I can't take the awkward silence. Let's fill it with something.
Yeah, so soak it up right now. She's a Jackson.
You'll watch later and be like, what happened?
So I'm actually thinking I'm gonna do another version of this and put the citrus soda in it and see if it changes it, because I'm not 100% on the tropical citrus that I use from Flavora. There's an off note in there. I don't know if other people taste it. I haven't given it to Mark to taste yet. It may just be me and citrus, so it may be fine. But it has it also has a little bit of a different citrus note than what is actually in the Kool-Aid fruit punch. I wasn't very pleased with that, but I just went ahead with it. Blending in the tropical punch does seem to bring it back more towards their flavoring that they use with that and the pineapple, because it is pretty heavy pineapple. But there's also a bit of the orange. It's almost like orange soda, which is why I think the citrus soda would probably work better. And the tart cherry, there is their signature cherry note that's in there, and it's kind of a black cherry, but it's kind of not a black cherry. It's got more of a candy note to it, and I don't really think anything other than Capella's fit that. So I went with Capella's tart cherry and fizz pop rather than sweetener, because it has that sour note that I wanted, that gives it more of that tangy kind of crispness on the tongue, plus it has the cooling in it, so I don't have to add that as a flavoring, and I just used 0.5%. and it's sweetened too.
How candied is this versus how natural is it versus candied for you?
It's way more candied, especially with the fizz pop in it. You could push it up to like 1% fizz pop, and it'd really be more like what they have. Although I still think the citrus soda is going to work better.
I don't think I have fizz pop yet. I guess I need to get it. I don't think there were very good reviews for it, so I think I skipped it because some flavors, if I don't feel like I'm going to use them often enough,
it's super sweet with a sour and WS-23. That's pretty much what it is. So the sour in it gives it that little bit of tongue tingle, which is supposed to be like fizz, but it's not, because let's just face it, we're never going to get fizz.
And I guess that's why it doesn't have great reviews, because it's not getting that fizz.
No, and people expect it to be like fizzy, and it's like, you're not going to get fizzy. It's not tart enough. It's not enough of a tongue coating thing that we're doing to give you that real crisp feeling of carbonation popping in your mouth. It's really a tongue tingle, and it's slightly tongue tingly. If you put it on the back of your hand and lick it, it's far more, but vaping it just doesn't translate as well.
See, I didn't like it because it altered my mix, like the way it tasted, and I wasn't expecting that, and it kind of pissed me off.
What did it do to your mix?
It just changed it, and that's not what I was expecting. I put it in like a soda, I think. I don't remember what it was.
I feel like it goes into candy. Like it changes it. It's almost like adding Flavor Arts Jammy Candy Wizard. It has that element of candiness to it, which I think is part of the
that a buy flavor or a you don't really need it flavor?
Buy a small bottle.
Fair enough.
It'll just sit in your box.
You might use it.
But I haven't shopped in a month and a half, so I need to.
Yeah, either get a 10 mil or the 13 mil. Don't go getting a 30 mil because you're never going to use it.
Mullenberry's coming to Bull City. You might want to wait for that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have $100 cart sitting in my Bull City flavor.
Just some Mullenberries.
I'm going to end up having to buy some of that too.
When did they schedule to drop at Bull City?
I don't know, soon. I mean, it's there on the site under brands. It's just there's nothing in it. At least last I checked. So I imagine it's soon.
I'll have to send an email and find out. I don't have a lot of outside of Bull City flavors. I do have a couple of the Pure Lums and the ones that you've sent me, Rin, and the ones that JJ has sent me, because you guys insist on me trying some of these other brands. So I'll guess I'll be checking out Mullenberry very soon.
They have some good stuff.
Okay.
And they came out with a bunch of.
They already had them.
Lumi's turn.
What? Lumi's turn?
Well,
Squirrel? I'm ready if she's not.
that's the look she had on her face. Let's, girl, huh?
What? I was over here talking about my great twerking experiences. Okay, anyways, I'll go back to the tropical punch. Okay, so my original version, I'll just say what I did really quick so so everybody can see how I evolved it to go from regular fruit punch to the Kool-Aid Man. So my original one was citrus soda at 0.38 or 39%, golden pineapple at 2.7, lemonade by Flavora 0.47, strawberry VSO 3%, sweet tangerine Capella but at 1.34. And then when I decided I needed to tweak it to make it more commercially, I decided to go with this version, which I'm actually enjoying. It's not too sugary and overwhelming, which I don't really like super sweet, sugary, overwhelming things. So the version I went with was cherries in Awera at 0.13%, golden pineapple by Capella 2.9 because I had to boost it because it kind of disappears. So it's definitely a shake and vape. Lemonade by Flavora 0.89, strawberry VSO 3.7 because I need to get lots of red in there, and sweet tangerine 1.34%. And shake and vape, I like it. It's very reddish, punchy.
in the strawberry VSO at 3.7, the golden pineapple at 2.90. Those are your two stronger flavors in there, right?
The golden pineapple tends to kind of hide off in the back because that's what Capella's golden pineapple does, but I didn't really want it to be too prominent because when you drink the actual Kool-Aid, you don't taste it too much. So while I did use it high, it's definitely not noticeable. It's like ever so slightly there.
How did you arrive at these odd numbers?
That's the question everybody asks every time I do a recipe. I kind of just go to my mind palace and ponder my percentages.
Or you mix like I do, and mix by smell, and then just take the gram amount and figure out the percentage.
Oh, that sounds way too complicated. I just look at recommended percents, look at the notes, and then I am like,
Yeah, because I'm looking at that 0.89 and wondering why isn't it just 0.90?
Because I don't like just regular numbers.
See, I get anxious. Like, I want all my numbers to be rounded. Like,
I do too.
I'm the asshole that likes to torture people with OCD. So,
Well, sometimes the difference between one drop and a 30 ml can make a difference. So if you're going by the gram amount that you have, you want your percentages to be exact.
that's the other thing. Nobody's ever going to guess my percentages because I can't even guess my percentages. So, good luck duplicating my recipes, bitches.
Most people just don't want to replicate mine and Jen's. They're like, holy shit, did they throw
Is that why you do it? The 20 flavors?
Yeah, people won't mix that crap. They're not going to mix it and sell it for sure. They're going to be
No.
like, nah.
No, for sale ones, you know people aren't going to steal the over 10 flavoring recipes. So you put those out there. Those I tend to put public because it's like I have no commercial use for these.
Yeah, same. I really like the way that you did the sweet tangerine and the golden pineapple along with the cherries because that's what I taste the most when I drink a Kool-Aid. Those are my three main flavors I taste.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for. Like, after Mr. Loomy was like, this isn't regular Kool-Aid, he actually went out to the grocery store and got me a little Kool-Aid packet. So I just took it and put it in a plastic bag and then put a cup of sugar in there and just shook the shit out of it and then just started adding tablespoons until I could actually taste it. So
into your drink, into your water?
Huh?
You started adding tablespoons into your water or into your mix? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do that.
Don't vape Kool-Aid powder.
I'm not, no.
That's all we need.
No. I'm pretty happy with it, shake and vape wise. Like, that's normally how I prefer to vape. I also have been mentored by Fresh. So, shake and vape and Lumi go along very well. It's how I was taught to mix.
Well, these kind of fruit recipes are going to be mostly shake and vape. I mean, they're going to change a little bit over the course of 2 weeks, but...
Tangerine.
Yeah, the tangerine and the pineapple are going to change. The pineapple will fall back. Your tangerine will be a little more, I don't know, smoothed.
Yeah. And for me, because of my sensitivities with citric, the tangerine would also get a little sharp. But that's for me. That's not...
I was trying to avoid the throat hit too, because when I was vaping on the original V1 version, I was kind of like...
Throat hit that would need a 2 weeks deep.
Yeah, I wasn't having it.
Yeah, that's for sure. I get it. It looks really well put together. It's got my kind of flavors, man. Like everything is very attainable, very simple and aware. Capella, Flavora, Capella again. VSO. I'll have to order some of those to get some.
That's my goal. First it was my Sharon agenda, now it's my VSO agenda.
Mm-hmm.
She just came on to plug VSO, that's all.
We'll take it. we'll take it. 'Cause
They're phenomenal fruit flavors and they're naturally extracted. And not to mention, you're supporting somebody awesome in the community. So it's a win-win there.
how can you go
Coupon code in the description for Lumi.
wrong? Yep, that's what
There's
it
no
is.
coupon code. Just joking.
Your recipe's up, Winstead.
Is it? I went off the deep end, y'all. I went a little different than everybody else. I went for a stronger cherry type note, and I used passion fruit. Capella passion fruit to me tastes like a fruit punch of sorts, a red fruit punch, more than a natural passion fruit itself. And I feel like it's got orangey notes in it, and it's got pink citrus stuff in there. So I'll go down the list of what I made. I used black currant from FA with Inawera cherries, 1.1 of black currant with Inawera cherries at 1.25. And I know that this is higher than most people would use the Inawera cherries, but that's what the black currant is for. It kind of balances it out and it just kind of teeter-totters and takes away the strength, but it keeps it on a red cherry type note. I used golden pineapple, and I really debated on using orange versus the golden pineapple because I was going to omit the pineapple since I was using passion fruit, and I was going to use an orange or a tangerine in it. And then I decided to just scrap that idea because of my sensitivities to citrus, and I want to be able to vape this in its summer, and I like, my citrus tropical kind of fruit punches. So I used the golden pineapple at 0.75, and like Lumi says, it kind of fades, but the taste of the pineapple will stay in there and keep a yellow note inside the fruit punch. Marshmallow is there at 0.5% just to smooth out the round edges of everything. Passion fruit from Capella is at 2% because I wanted that to be a pretty high note in there to combine with the cherry note and black currant note I have going on in the mix. Strawberry TFA, regular strawberry at 1.75 is just there for the watery note. It's got a strawberry. It completely fades to the background. It's not a prominent flavor. It's not a flavor you really pick up in this, especially not at 1.75. It just fills in the recipe and the pink notes in it. And I used the Cabela sweet candy because the sweet candy gives it the candy vibe of a Kool-Aid type punch. It is got some powderiness to it. It's very sweet. It's my replacement for sweetener. And then when it comes to something that's supposed to be artificial, so it brings in the more artificialness. And I mean, the flavors I use, a lot of them are very artificial to begin with. And then WS-23 to cool it all down. So I got the marshmallow and WS-23. You'd think they would fight each other, but at those percentages, they don't fight much. The marshmallow rounds it up, and then the WS-23 boosts the coolness in it. I just did a tradition, something I would bake in a fruit punch game. And I think it's kind of Kool-Aid-ish.
Looks like we all kind of went the same direction, though. Like,
Yeah.
that tropical and then the cherries and the pineapple. We all used golden pineapple.
Yeah, and I really debated between
Except
the
for
golden
Rin.
pineapple and the juicy pineapple from TFA. But then the TFA one, the regular pineapple from TFA would have been too tart and too astringent. Then their juicy pineapple is kind of gummy-ish to me. It's got a gummy texture type of, and I was afraid that would not go well with the candy, the Capella sweet candy, and I knew I wanted to use the sweet candy because I'm just in love with that for turning things into artificial. Like I've taken a lot of my natural tasting juices that I make, dropped the Capella sweet candy, and turned it into fake fruit. You know, so that's where I went with it. But yeah, we all went pineapple of some sort, cherry of some sort, and a citrus.
The black currant is interesting. I didn't think to throw black currant in there to make it more, I don't know, jammy candy tasting.
Yeah, it definitely I personally don't know if I vape too much black currant, but I personally don't taste the black currant in it. I just taste a deeper cherry.
Yeah, I think I've used black currant with cherry.
Yeah, I like the way that combination is. I like And there are several cherries you could do that with. I just find that with the Inawera cherry and the blackcurrant, that gives it more of a candy, artificial type cherry note.
So we have Liana's recipe to go over, and Sam played along as well.
Cool.
So I will put Liana's recipe up on the screen. That's not the right recipe. Hang on. That's last week's recipe. There we go. Liana mixed a grape aid. She used Hanson's grape, VSO's grape, Flavor Express lemon. She used citric acid, monk fruit extract, and stevia. So let me pull this over a little bit more so we can see the percentages.
When I first saw the butterscotch, I was like, what the fuck? And I realized it was last week's recipe.
Yeah, I grabbed the wrong one when I was pulling the images. The Hanson's grape I know is pretty good. I have tried that. I've never had the VSO flavors, so I'm assuming that's relatively natural tasting. And the lemon is going to add your citrus note. Kind of a little bit of a sharpness in the background. The grape is very, I don't know, it's like a very candy-ish grape.
Like a purple sucker.
Yeah.
And I would say that grape Kool-Aid is probably got the same note as a purple sucker, you know what I mean? Purple lollipop, whatever you want to call it.
It looks good, Liana. I know you have she does have a whole description on, you can go to her ELR, which you can see the Liana Z Vapin is her name. You can find this recipe and you can actually read her whole description. She has a big long description. I couldn't get it all into a screen shot, so I'm sorry, Liana. We're not reading your description out.
Come on, we got 18 minutes.
I don't think I still have it pulled up though.
Yeah, we're not reading that. We appreciate the diligence though.
Diligence. But we have somebody that played along with us as well. Somebody else. Was it Samuel Thurston?
Yes.
And he's been steady following us here on the Vixen, so, and asking a bunch of questions, and he'll text me and he'll be like, what's the picture for the week if we don't have it up? And I'm like, oh God, sorry, wait. No, I get it for you.
So let's see, we have Wonder Flavors Black Cherry Jelly Bean at 2%, Cactus Lime from Inawera at 0.25%, Inawera Cherries at 4%, TPA Citrus Punch at 2%, Flavora Citrus Soda at 1%, and some TPA Sweetener at 1%.
That's a lot of cherries.
That's a lot of cherries. I was going to say that too. Sam, when you watch this, I said it's a lot of cherries. But in your defense, if you're shaking and vaping this, it might be good straight off the top and for a couple of days. But if you're going to let that sit any kind of amount of time, I recommend you cut this recipe down.
That's going to be a lot of cherry. I mean, this works for their cherry one though almost.
But
it's like taking the cherry and the fruit punch and mixing it together in your water.
Yes, and it would work for a pod really well.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of cherry in it, he would be able to taste that through a pod. So there you go. You don't have to change anything. Keep it at that. You're at 10.25%, and you got a great pod recipe at that percentage.
I never had cactus lime.
I've looked at it several times, and I've thought about it, and then I was like, why get it? I'll just put some lime and some cactus together. Because I've been told that that's what it tastes like. It just tastes like their lime and their cactus together at equal parts.
Their lime is good, though. I like their lime anyway.
Yeah, I like it too. So that's what I'm saying. I haven't gotten it just because I was like, well, if that's what it tastes like, I'll just mix those two and add 2 more flavors instead of, one. Like you and Emily like to consolidate. Me, I'm like, I'll just mix them. Me and my 10 ingredient recipes. I rock for those. Come on, Rin, play along.
I can't hear you.
Why can't you hear me? Am I freezing?
No. It's just my ear has been going on nonstop and it's hard to hear you sometimes.
I'm sorry. You want me to talk louder? I'll scream at you.
Yes. Some people pay for that.
Some people. I wouldn't. I hate noise pollution. That's what I call it. When everything is really loud around me, I'm like, I'm done with this noise pollution. I need some quiet. And I put myself in timeout.
What?
Yeah, it's part of being ADD.
I'll get really pissy and then walk off and hide somewhere. I'll be like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, love you guys. Bye. Mean it. I'll be back. And I leave. I'm going to the store.
And you get the kids.
Oh, God,
You got the kids.
I like the way you did the.
Mommy, I want this toy. No, not today, but please. And then starts screaming. No sound.
And I'm muted on they didn't get the pleasure of seeing that. They just saw me moving.
Oh no, they didn't hear the wonderful story behind the doof, doof, doof.
Yes, someone needs to make a GIF of that. And you can add your own audio.
I have too many buttons to push. I unmute on Zoom and I forget to unmute on OBS and I just
Anyways, what do we have going on next week, ladies? Do we have our picture for next week?
No, it's chit chat week.
Oh, it is. Oh, we get to sit around and just shoot the shit.
Yep.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of rap session and everything. What is it they call it? Bars?
Yeah, mad bars.
Bars.
Oh my gosh, I am one of the best improv rappers you will ever meet.
I will put you on the spot next week.
Oh no, I don't do this live. You can ask Meter and Adam about my dank skills.
You can't say that here and then say I don't do this live.
I wanted a rap battle.
Oh yeah?
Winstead and Lumi.
You're
I
just
can't
gonna have to come hang out one night when Meter, Adam, and myself are all hanging out, because Meter normally listens to music in the background, and I'll catch like a couple words of it, and I'll start adding my own words.
Oh, you want to know how I rap? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where's the peppers? Peter Piper picked. There you go. There's a rhyme. It was fast. It had some sort of rhythm.
That was mumble rap.
To a rhythm.
Mumble rap.
Oh dear. We may have to wait for Emily to get back for that to be a game.
That'll be funny. I can't wait for Emily to watch this show.
The cat's away, the mice are playing.
Yes. She's like, I'm never going on vacation again.
At least she missed the plugs. That would make her very uncomfortable.
What plugs?
Huh? What plugs? Plugs where?
Never mind.
Winston's not paying attention to chat.
If only it was in gallery view so you all could have seen Rin's face.
Oh, no, I'm not paying attention to chat, but I can go back and check it out.
There was discussion of foxtail butt plugs and cottontail butt plugs.
Nice.
The foxtail ones don't look as cute as you think they're going to.
They don't?
No.
I will take your word for it.
Oh, really?
Where do you think I got a drip tip mold?
That's not even.
Oh.
Let's so next week on this cat show. Let me pull an Emily on you. Does anybody have any idea which is their favorite recipe yet?
What?
Any idea which is their favorite recipe yet? Or we still need deliberation on that? Time to test them all again.
I don't even remember what I had for breakfast 40 minutes ago.
No,
My daughter has me on
I don't
her
know. I
hit
can't taste
for
mine.
breakfast now.
So we'll have to see. I don't have any idea which I'm submitting for judging yet.
Oh wait, you only get to submit one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Judges are not mixing all these recipes.
You get to submit the best one, the one you like the most, or the one that you think came out the best.
I don't remember which ones I've submitted thus far.
Or the ones you think the judges will like the best. You can always go that route too.
Who's our judges?
I don't know. Who was...
I'm going to have to pick out one that has VSO, so I'm forcing more people to buy VSO flavors.
What happens if they don't have the flavors is that we have to send them a sample.
Yeah, they won't buy those.
Oh, well that just goes right out the window then. I'm screwed.
There goes your idea.
I guess I'm not submitting any of them.
Yeah, you can make them a 10 mil and send it to them.
This is why I mix my samples in 30 mil in case I have to break it all down to 10 mils to send out to the 3 judges.
Yeah, that's not happening. Financially, I'm too strapped for that. No, not happening. I will just forego the
I don't think you used VSO flavors in every week though.
I think the only one I did it was the coffee one.
There you go.
So, sometimes we have to do that. We have to fuss around as to which one we're going to submit just based on what they have for flavorings available and what they'll order.
Yep.
This is also another reason we try to keep it to all Bull City stuff, or e-cig Express stuff.
Yeah.
And nobody told me this funness.
It's okay. It's okay.
Welcome.
We'll make it work. You tell us which one you think is the best, and then we'll make it work one way or the other.
I'm just gonna have to buy 3 bottles of VSO flavors and send them to the judges or something.
No, you don't have to do that. We'll take care of it one way or the other. We'll choke the guys out and make them do something. Everybody looked at me and like, yeah, right.
Make the guys do something? Really?
No. Involved? No? Peace out.
They have to work.
Well, we always have Shindo and Concrete. Those are our 2 like permanent judges. And who was our guest judge for this month? Was it Folk Art?
It might be Folk Art.
Or Fresh? I think it's
One
Folk
of them.
Art.
Oh! Hopefully Shindo has it. Hopefully Fresh has it. I don't know if they would have it. I might be in luck here.
I don't think Rick has VSO stuff. He might, but...
I guilted Slasha into buying VSO flavors because I told him he wasn't a real mixer if he didn't have them.
That's how you do it.
We'll figure it out.
Before we start doing some more awkward silence, how about we get out of here? Because I
Sounds good to
have a
me.
baked potato waiting for me to go eat before our show.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's thank our sponsors. We have Bull City Flavors, ECX, Flavora. Let's thank who else? Rin, jump in there whenever you want.
Go
to.
check out Wayne at DIYordie.com and his YouTube channel.
Yeah, there you go. And we have some surprises coming at ACX from the MIXINVIXENS here shortly. We keep dropping that week after week, and there's some really delicious stuff coming up. So
It's hashtag 2 weeks.
hashtag 2 weeks.
Every week it'll be hashtag 2 weeks. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, don't forget to pop over to Flavor Pro for Jen and I at 7:30. We're going to be talking about a bit of vape drama.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
tea.
get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn, grab a drink, sit down. Let's chit chat.
All right, everyone. Have a great night. We will see you next week for some chit chat.
Bye, guys. Bye.